Hi, how's it going? We've got Squadron 42 squad vertical slice in the background. There is a reason for that. It's because I accidentally deleted my other stream video, which I've now needed to download. So, Sin's watching. I'm sorry, Sin, deleted the video you made for me. It will return soon, as I have to download it. Hope everyone's doing all right. Hope you were doing good this end of January day. If you've got any questions you'd like to ask during the stream about me, about Star Citizen, about BoredGamer stuff, about how am I so handsome as a potato boy, just question in brackets. I suppose my specialist subjects are YouTube stuff, Star Citizen, Squadron 42, mental health. I'm happy to talk about stuff like that. I'm bipolar, and I've come into a sort of like a rhythm with my life, which makes me a lot more stable and functional as a human, which I didn't really have until I was about 27. So, and it's only got better. So, but yeah, if you'd like to ask any questions about anything, please check them up. I think that a lot of topics today will be on Star Citizen delays. It's only a week delay for the. I don't mean like a limp-wristed. I mean it's a 7-day delay on the roadmap and XenoThreat. But we can talk about that, and we can talk about sort of delays in general. And I'll sort of go through the questions, and we'll talk about that, and then I'll talk about stuff that I want to talk about. Thank you very much for people being here. Summer Yeti, you know I love you. You are top tier. As are you, Jaybird. I'm sure you're here. Yes, you are. Of course you are. Jumpy Lemming, Robert Johnston. Oh, you beautiful boy. You cannot ban me for being late. No. Hurry up and have my money and go to bed. I love you, Robert Johnston. I wish you could stay longer. So I seem to stream, you seem to donate, and then you seem to bugger off. And I feel that this isn't a great sort of like transaction for you, but I appreciate your love. And by love, I mean money. Yes, so I apologise for not streaming for the last couple of weeks. I've been reasonably ill, and there's been a lot of sort of admin and stuff I've had to do at home, and things like that. So it's just been a mixture of me being busy in real life and then being ill as well. And Star Citizen is in a relatively quiet patch. January was almost a write-off. Now, in terms of Star Citizen news and new sort of development videos, obviously it's been pretty good for events. Obviously, we've had a load of XenoThreat and Jump Town and Night Owl's Lockdown. That's awesome. Load of cool events. 3.16, I think, has been pretty successful in my opinion. Very successful. The most successful Star Citizen patch to date. And 3.16.1 is coming up. So, but I like those tangible updates. I want to see roadmap things. I want to know what's going on with 3.17. I want to know what the plans are for 2022. And I can see a little bit of that from the monthly reports, yeah. But there's a lot more going on as well that Cloud and Prim need to tell us about for sure. What is your opinion on bounty hunting players and them being able to hide in armistice zones? So you won't have to worry about your bounties or bounty hunters or whatever exploiting bits and bobs around, whether that be around Klesha, whether that be in armistice areas, whether that be in legal zones. Those armistice zones are changing in the relatively near future, as I understand it, so that you will be able to pull out your weapons there, you'll be able to use weapons freely in all of them, and that's on the ground as well. And if you are not an appropriate sort of bounty hunter or have an appropriate crime stat or not crime stat or whatever your faction rank is with a particular faction in that area, that's going to affect how you're treated for that. And they're obviously updating and improving how enemies are allowed to react to you, and people that you've been hostile to are allowed to react. I think it's getting a lot better. Obviously, it's still a bit broken at the moment. You wish you could sell your Connie. You'll be able to sell your Connie in-game at some point. Seawolf XUK! Thank you very much. What do you want to be known as, Seawolf, other than the King Amongst Men? Is it Wolf? Seawolf? Seawolf XUK? Times UK? I don't know. I appreciate the donation. You are a star. Thank you, thank you. What did you think of the roadmap delay? I'm not particularly happy about it. There's a load of videos I want to do, but it's largely dependent on me seeing how the roadmap's been updated, because I want to look at features and plans for the rest of this year. I want to look at updates to 3.17 and 3.18, things like that. So, and generally just do a roadmap update summary. So I'm waiting on that. A week delay. It's just a week. It's not that big a deal. It's just annoying that January has been largely a write-off for the sort of information and updates that I wanted from Star Citizen. Not very many updates for Star Citizen. I mean, it's not entirely true because, as I said, we've been able to playtest XenoThreat and 3.16.1, and there's been a load of events. But what else have we got? Jericho Piskin, money kisses, you lovely person. M54 life. See, I used to love the M50. So back in the days of like 2.6.3. Is that I think that might be my favourite patch still. So back in the heydays of fantastic flight and combat mechanics, or at least simplistic ones that worked really well, with not much rubber banding and things. The M50 used to be fantastic because it's really hard to hit, but it was sort of balanced for what it was. And I remember Tokyo using it loads. Back in the day. A load of different content creators as well. I like the way the content creators have evolved. Oh, Robert Johnston, you are a beautiful boy. Well, in the good old days, you used to post these streams so I could watch them later. I will post this one later, I promise. I promise you. I 99% promise you. No worries. Things went downhill when you got staff and became an executive. So, feck off. I appreciate the large amount of money to tell me to go feck myself. I also love you. Yeah, no worries. I will start to post these again. And I'll start to do the audio casts of all my videos and break them down into audio. Put them on the podcasty format. Because I used to do that, and I just got very lazy with it. So apologies for that. Oh, you were a star. Thank you so much. Why doesn't Star Citizen have its own crypto yet? There would be a lot of players and money. No, NFTs. So you can actually see the ships, especially ships that are nameable as NFTs, because they are non-fungible tokens. Because only one person can own that one with the name. Although that said, you could argue that it's not on a blockchain because it's centralized. But that's by the by. I don't want crypto and Star Citizen to mix beyond the ability to purchase stuff like ships with crypto. Use it as a payment. I think that's a cool idea. But nothing more than that. I'm not a financial advisor. Let's start with that. So don't take any money advice from me beyond send me your money. I think it's a good idea personally. But I'm quite pro crypto. And I'm pro NFTs for things like ticketing and a few other things. I also have a silly little idea that I might talk about in the future for things. I don't want to say too much because I don't think anyone's done it yet. And I'm thinking, it's a good idea, make money, but I'm not pro crypto. Not pro NFT. In the way it's being used in gaming and stuff, and just to sell everything. I mean, that's a bubble that's going to burst, in my opinion. I think it's silly, but I'm certainly pro crypto. I have a portfolio myself with Ethereum and stuff like that in it, and lots of cake at the moment. Robert Johnston, thank you very much for also subscribing again with your monies. Been a member for 44 months. I can't believe I've been streaming that long. That's madness. Off to bed now. Keep the noise down, please. Good night. Love you, mate. You take care. We'll post this later. So, what else do we have after my rant about the cryptos? What else are you playing other than Star Citizen? So at the moment, I've been playing Rainbow Six Extraction. So I've got Xbox Game Pass. I think that is a fantastic little subscription service, Xbox Game Pass, because there's a load of co-op games I play on there. and it saves me loads of money just being able to play random games, because a lot of games I just get immediately bored with. A lot of games I want to play, and I've played Grounded and to its current completion. It's early access on it, and then Rainbow Six Extraction and playing that, and quite enjoying it. Other than that, I've been watching my mate Kit play Life is Strange and the same games made by that studio. Similar games. I think what are we playing next? Oh, we're looking forward to watching the conclusion of Not for Broadcast, which is a sort of, slightly paper-pleasy, but you're in control of a sort of news station and the way the scene's cut and stuff like that, and it's a very interesting, very cool game. It's FMV, full motion video. I think that's the correct term for it. February 3rd is the next XenoThreat. You and Sin plan any community play. Let me know and I'm there. Samiyeti. So, potentially. Typically we join other orgs, because they just organise and we just sort of turn up and film and play. I want to run 1 or 2 BoredGamer events every time we have a big event like this. So, hopefully, I'm going to ask Zin if she doesn't mind running it, and then you'll hear more on the Discord. I took a 60-day break, and the game was much more solid when I got back. Yeah, if you are a Star Citizen tourist, as I think a lot of people are, you want to check the game out potentially just every time there's a major patch. So every quarter, or when there's a major event. What else do we have here? When's the next Free Fly event? I think it was the 17th of February. Free Fly event starting February 17th. And it looks like you're going to be able to fly the Aurora MR, the 100, Origin 100, the Prospector, that's the Prospector, and the Cutlass Black, probably. That's what it looks like from this picture. Yeah? Seem reasonable? Good. I didn't actually include what ships it was in the video that I made today on it, but so there's a load of other cool events that are happening. Should we bring this up? I've got a video coming out on it straight after the stream, but got 3.16.1. That should be at the end of this week. That should go live. And then XenoThreat, end of next week now because of the delay. Got the Consolidated Outland Hoverback as well going on sale between now and next week. You've got the Red Festival, so that's the red and gold ships typically on sale. It's the sort of Star Citizen New Year, and you can find little envelopes that are worth money in the game. So that's from the end of this month to the middle of January. You've got the Quarter More, which is Valentine's Day, typically a little ship sale, and sort of red or Valentine's-esque ships. The Heartseeker there. We've got Jump Down at some point again during February. I've got the Free Fly February 17th, and this time's referral bonus beginning February 17th is going to be for some Quorinus armor and weapon, which is interesting as a choice because it's the first time they've done that, I believe. So not a ship or a vehicle this time. Might just be considered a more minor free fly. So potentially a little minor free fly so they can get ready for a little bit later in the year when they have something like the Fleet Week. Yeah? Or even 3.17. So some cool stuff to look forward to. And obviously next week as well we've got the roadmap update, which was delayed from yesterday. Which was a bit annoying because it was just sort of like, and it's delayed, deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I want it now. But I've made my camera go wonky. But at the end of the day, it's only a week. And I'm not that disheartened by it. It's just I've got videos that I want to get out. Is there any way to get CIG to undo the last nerf to the Redeemer? So they are going to continue to look and balance the Redeemer and the Ion. In the very short term, they nerfed those ships so they are not super overpowered for the game and the meta currently, so they don't just wreck everything. Yeah? Gunship getting wrecked by and exploration ships should really happen. I'm a bit confused what that means. The second part of that. But I will check out that video later. No worries. So Cloud Imperium will be updating and rebalancing the Ion and the Redeemer and all ships in the future as the game becomes more complete. So you don't have to worry too much about it, like, oh, this is totally different from what I wanted. Well, at the moment, in the short time, they said, look, this is actually how we want it in the short term because of reasons. So sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear, but in the short term, that's the sort of way it is. But that doesn't preclude them improving it significantly for the future. Hi, Bored. Long time since I watched one of your streams, but watched the YouTube content. Short on free time with hard work and learn schedule. What I wanted to ask is, shouldn't yesterday, the first roadmap update of the year, been coming out, or did I misunderstand something? No, you didn't misunderstand anything. Yes, it should have. It didn't. It was delayed until next week. Hello. I'm typically quite far behind in chat with questions, so apologies for that. And I'm only going to be streaming for about an hour total today because there's a lot of admin and stuff I've got to do. So, talking to you about my life. I've got D&D tonight. We're playing Descent to Avernus. And we're mad maxing it currently in Avernus. It's been a good laugh. On Saturday, I've got an escape room and meal with my D&D group. So there's a load of my friends, or some of my friends from Southampton, and some new people I've met in Southampton have become my friends from playing D&D around one of my mates' houses. So we're going to do a little thing together, a little escape roomy boy, and have a meal and chat and might go out in the evening as well after all of that, because it's a apocalypse at the local I say local pub at the Hobbit, which is a cool pub. And then on Sunday, I've got Age of Sigmar Warhammer, little tournament thing that my mates are running. I say tournament. We're kicking off a Path to Glory campaign, so it's sort of like a very small, encouraging gameplay over winning, sort of like narrative campaign. Sort of kicking that off with about 20 of my mates that sort of all were very excited to do it at the same time. And sort of the idea is you slowly collect armies starting around 600 points, small little Age of Sigmar armies, and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger as you play more games. So I was very interested in that. I'm playing vampires and undead, Soulbite Gravelord, they're called. Silly names for that faction. But yeah, so super busy at the moment. And then the next week, one of my best mates is coming down. I haven't seen for a while. But obviously next week it's all systems go. So actually later today we've got a Inside Star Citizen that will have a sprint report in it, which is always pretty good. So looking forward to that. It'll help wipe away my tears from not having the roadmap update. Do you have any idea of the specifics as to why we've gotten the delay? What for? Yes, I do. 1 second, I've got it in my notes. So the XenoThreat delay. Earlier this week, we announced that our next run of XenoThreat Dynamic event will start this Friday, the 28th of January. Unfortunately, yesterday, during a test run on the PTU, some players discovered an issue that could sometimes cause the Javelin to despawn, blocking the progress for the server towards Phase 3 of the event. We're currently investigating and working on a fix on this issue. We're expecting to have this fixed in by Monday. However, we prefer not to kick the event off around that time, and we want to do it closer to the weekend. So we moved it to next weekend. That's when they're going to go live with it. So, and then for the gone down a rabbit hole. And for the roadmap delay, roadmap update status, 26th of January. Apologies for the late announcement on this, but in an effort to confirm a few more details, we're moving the roadmap update and roadmap roundup to next Wednesday, the 2nd of February. We're also aiming to release a detailed guide on the same day, which should be a great resource for better understanding the different terminology and functionality available on the public roadmap. So I'm hoping that doesn't mean, look, it's going to be an update and lots of stuff is slipping and delayed. So we're going to put a little guide in there to say, be happier. Actually, this is all part of development. Hopefully it's not like something like that. But I'm expecting a really big roadmap update. I am expecting some stuff to slip from 3.17 and 3.18. I'm expecting there to be new additions and changes. And I'm also expecting them to give us a big sort of look. This is the sort of plans for this year, if possible. I hope you are good, Mr. JP. Hope you're doing well, sir. We need to chat at some point because I've not talked to you in ages. No Star Citizen crypto coins, please. Except you can send me your crypto if you wish, because I will use it. Yes, sir. One day I will give my hair care regiment to people as secret. It's a secret. How are you now? Also, we talked about that earlier. Will Star Citizen remain to be mostly funded by ship sales, or will there be additional sources of funding? So, in the midterm, Star Citizen will certainly be mostly funded by ship sales. When the game's released, it's possible that they might reduce or remove ship sales for the most part, and it'll be funded by game packages, which some of them they'll come with ships, but a limited amount of ships, and the game will be more funded almost certainly, and this is the plan, with the sales of the in-game currency UEC. But there's obviously going to be voluntary subscriptions, there's going to be merch, there's going to be tickets for things, and stuff like that. Skins probably. What are your thoughts on Starfield? I thought the Starfield videos that I've seen look very much like a shabby cutlass on a planet by an outpost. I think, yeah, looks cool. I don't think it's very... I think it's going to be sort of like more No Man's Sky than Star Citizen. I understand the aesthetic looked quite Star Citizen-like. I'm looking forward to play it. But it's going to sort of play a bit like, or at least have elements of Skyrim sort of RPG gameplay. Go off and do things. But I'll keep on watching Starfield and... Oh, actually, tell you what I'm really excited about recently. I'm very excited about getting my Steam Deck. Very much looking forward to that. And the majority of MMOs are... What keeps people playing is usually the increase of power, items and XP. In Star Citizen, it's money and reputation. Am I right? Do you think it will be enough? Well, it's not just that. So, okay, for EVE Online, for example, does it with sort of learning the skill to be able to do certain things and organisation as well. So, yeah, reputation and your general skill at stuff, being good at it and understanding how to do it, and your assets are all super important in Star Citizen. But it's going to be a lot about discovery and finding things as well. Next free fly is the 17th of February. Do you think there will be an option to sell in-game stuff for real money at some point? It's possible. See, Cloud and Peer have not talked about it. Obviously, there's things like the grey market where you have gold sellers and people trying to sell stuff for real money, and eBay. And what else we got? As an ex-blockchain dev, NFTs and crypto are a Ponzi scheme. Well, I hope that's not true of all. I hope they're a good store of money, of value, like Bitcoin. Obviously, that said, crash recently. El Salvador's probably sad. BoredGamer, what is your most anticipated star system? Which one will you call your home? And which one will you be spending the most time exploring and building your empire? I don't know yet. That's to the honest truth. I'm really looking forward to seeing Terra in game. Just because I think it's going to be and Sol. So Terra, the sort of new seat of power, and Sol, our current star system that we live in real life. Hi, new to the game and the channel. I love the content. CIG have raised just under 500 million to date. Do you feel... Is it just under 500 million? What have I said in my last video? I think I might have said it's over 500 million now. And do you feel they are where they should be with that level of investment and development time? When they are where they are with the development time and investment, do I wish it was further along? Yes. Could it be further along? Yes, but not in the same state and sort of scope and scale what they want to do. So, there's obviously been a massive change from 2015, 2016, and it's sort of like massively expanding out the scope and of the game. Am I excited for where we are now and where we're going? Yes. Do I think it's going to take a long time? Yes. Although I do think Squadron 42 is going to be out within, hopefully, the next 18 months or so. Hey, Mick, can you talk a bit more about derelicts? How have they changed, and where can you see them going through Craft Run? So, in the future, you're going to see all the different ships in game made into multiple derelicts that can be all found as points of interest throughout various star systems. So derelicts and wrecks, so you'll see them in space, you'll see them on the ground, and you'll see them with loot, you'll see them as part of missions. So they expand all these out, and some of them will be salvageable, so they're part of the salvage mechanics. Some of them will be like little pirate bases, whatever. So it's hugely important for them to get the new derelicts in for 3.16.1, and it's gonna, it's only a limited range of ships that we've got in 3.16.1 that have been made into derelicts, but it's a big step towards some pretty cool content and important stuff. Boy, bruv, CIG is focusing on Squadron 42. Too much instead of the persistent universe. It's the other way around. The persistent universe has the emergent gameplay people crave and will draw in more players. Simple as. So the idea with Squadron 42 is that it is a smaller ecosystem in more like fruit flies. So they can. It's a more developed game branch. They can finish off the core of the game in there, and it is a much more simple game than compared to Star Citizen's MMO crazy experience. So you put the stuff in there, you get it all ready in there, and then you put it out to the persistent universe. Also, Squadron 42 can be released many years before Star Citizen can be. So it makes sense that they're working on that first. But I also I welcome other people's opinions on that, and I'm not negating your opinion on that. That's totally fine to have that opinion, and I respect it. I'm just saying the way I feel about it is I think it is a better idea for them to finish off Squadron 42. Any Bar Citizen updates? I'm pretty close to Manchester, so would be happy to volunteer if you need any help on the day. Fantastic. That's great to hear. I will work out the next stage, especially now with COVID restrictions lessening in the UK. I'll work out the next stage of actually getting a venue for some point in Q2 2022 to do my big Bar Citizen, which I'm going to be doing up in Manchester. Someone's just sent me a load of money, and for that I love you. Plastic Death, hope you are well, sir. Hey Bal, I hope you're well. Yes, I am. I'm doing significantly better. Could you please explain building block tech for idiots like me, please? So, as far as I understand, I'm not sure entirely what context you're talking about, but building block tech is the tech they use to build UIs simply and easily in a modular fashion, so that they can go bam, 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 and just have a tool to create any UIs that they want and then build it into any other gameplay. That's as I understand building block tech. That's what it is. I find it much easier to talk about it in a specific thing because I can search for it on Google and then grab all the information and then sort of compile it. See, that's my beautifully lazy approach. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, building block tech is just tools to allow them to build UIs into gameplay systems and UIs and stuff like that very quickly and easily. And actually, that saves them a huge amount of time because getting those UIs working and functional can take a huge amount of time normally, or previously did. I can actually probably do a much better video on that, talking about use cases. Let me just, 1 second. I'm just going to write down, can't see on my screen, cool. I've got my clever ideas on it. Or my ideas, maybe not clever. Building blocks. Okay. And net venue for, what am I getting a venue for? For big bar. Listen. Cool. So people did seem to overwhelmingly suggest that I should charge a small amount for tickets. It would only be a very small amount, just to make sure numbers of people and to help ensure people come. You see what I mean? I'd send out free tickets or free invites to a load of content creators and CIG devs. Typically, they sort of just turn up. It would not be a CIG official event or anything like that. It'd be a BoredGamer event for Star Citizen. It'd just be a big bar citizen. That's the plan. You think all ships will be available in game? Almost all ships, yes. There might be a couple of things like the Saber Raven, for example, but and the Mustang Omega, sort of the paint version difference ones, so the promo ships. Like you probably be able to buy those off other people anyway. So yes, everything will be available to buy in game in some form, but yeah. When is the next ship sale again? Probably when 3.16.1 goes live. But then again, next week as well, when XenoThreat goes live, because they'll probably have a little combat ship sale. Probably again, we'll have another couple in February with Court and More and the Red Festival. Cool game. Good luck with it. See you in another 7 years. Yeah, fair enough. More like 5, but what is XenoThreat? Sorry for the most likely the most simple question. I'm just recently started following the development of the game. So XenoThreat is a tested a dynamic event. It's a big, anyone can jump in and play. Oh, thank you very much, Caniac. I appreciate the subscription. You are a legend. Thank you very much, sir. So yeah, XenoThreat. It's the third version of it that we've had in game. It's basically a load of XenoThreat pirates come from Pyro, sort of, and they turn up, and you've got to help a military outpost defend a Javelin capital ship, and go and rescue some cargo and bring it from a nearby sort of a gas cloud with anyone else on the server that wants to help. So you can have the whole server coming to help, and you sort of just turn up and help do it. You sort of take all this cargo back to Jericho Station and help this Javelin while also defending it from attack. And also some of this cargo is explosive cargo or cargo that needs to get there in a certain amount of time, or cargo that you can't quantum travel while it's with you, so you need to coordinate that. All the time you're getting attacked by XenoThreat forces. And then once you've restocked that Javelin, you go and do a giant fleet battle with Idrises, which are capital plus frigates, and the Javelin, and loads of XenoThreat ships and everything, everyone fighting each other. It's cool. It's a cool event. It is a cool fleet battle. And it's a good load of fun. So looking forward to that. Since you love cooking, did you... have you seen the official D&D cookbook? Some really nice stuff in there. I will have a look, Samiyeti. I will have a look. It's only $20. Okay, I'll check it out. Squadron 42 won't come out for at least 2 to 3 years. I do not agree. I'm hoping within 2 years, hopefully within 18 months. But I have thought it was coming out since, end of 2016. So clearly not the best with Squadron 42 times and dates. I don't think it will be in a playable alpha or beta state for normal humans. Eva Carty might get it like a few days before it goes out. Potentially. With persistent hangars, do ships no longer despawn? No, they'll still despawn. They'll despawn and be hidden away in those hangars. Almost certainly. Bored, can you please make a detailed video on how to uninstall and reinstall Star Citizen, please? Right now the game freezes on the splash screen right after the anti-cheat screen. Oh. It might be worth you deleting, in your case, deleting your anti-cheat folder and then verifying the files again. Because Zin had that problem, I think. Are there plans to give us the ability to use smart devices on MFDs? As MFDs. So, things like Game Glass do work in that fashion. I see what you mean, though. You want an actual native sort of system. But Game Glass do work with Star Citizen officially now, so maybe we'll see even better integration with that. Is the mining interface on the Prospector still blurry and overly bright? I have not noticed. In the PTU, I do not know. Do you think they're holding some? Do you think they are holding back some stages of the PU to tie in with the release of Squadron 42? I think there are plans for that. Yes. They're certainly going to want to do a advertising campaign which includes Star Citizen. But almost sure. Well, thank you very much. The money. I appreciate the monies. Yeah, apologies. I am several minutes behind. Lol, this is a channel of loaded questions. If we push, they release early, and we tell them this game is rubbish, or we wait until they're happy and hope it's solid, release the game. But, yep. I don't know. Talking about Star Citizen, mate. Do you think Theatres of War is going to be free-to-play element drawing hype? It's potentially sort of like the electronic access stuff, Theatres of War stuff, could be free-to-play, and they could do it at that model. I hope they don't overly monetize the other elements around it. And so free-to-play models are typically, well, you can buy skins, you can buy loot boxes. Do you think Boris is actually a Star Citizen fan? That's why he lifted all the restrictions so Chris can go back to work in the UK undisturbed. That is a good thing, in my opinion, the lifting of those restrictions. So what's up with the roadmap? They aren't ready to release it until next week. They wanted to have a bit of a guide with it, and they're also waiting to work out when a couple of features are going to be put in and where. In the far-flung future of the game, do you see a world where we can board and steal a ship and keep it long-term? Yes. Yes, I do. Although I think they'll have to go through some hoops to keep it in lawful sectors. Otherwise, you'll have to take it only back to sort of like Pyro and things like that. Appreciate that, Seawolf. You're a star. Thoughts on when we might see the next major iteration of Planet Tech with rivers and valleys? It's supposed to be this year. Rivers, basins, and roads all look to be something that they're trying to get in this year, according to the progress tracker. But we'll potentially know a bit more once we have that roadmap update next week. With the coming cargo refactor, do you believe trading will be reworked as well as, even though it's somewhat profitable, in its current state, it's no way a sustainable profession. So something else that's planned for 3.17 is the ability to sell lots of other things as well. So gear, armor, weapons and stuff. So I think they're going to expand out what you can haul as well. And there'll be lots of different ways of making money. You've got to remember, we're cargo hauling all within the same star system. When we have Pyro and more star systems, you're going to be able to make a lot more money from doing longer hauls. But yes, I do think it's going to be a sustainable profession in the future. Big old bottle of water. What else have we got? 3.16.1 has been plagued with bugs caused by tweaking so many systems. CIG doesn't want to release it. Broken too badly. I've had actually quite good experience with 3.16.1. However, there are some elements that are game prohibitive in the known issues at the moment. Do you think Squadron 42 will be a critical success? They've got all the elements to be able to do that. They've got the money, the time, they've got the talent and the sort of and all that sort of jazz. So they've got all the tools, they've got the developers, they've got everything is going for them to be able to do that. But we don't know until it's in our hands. Stormfire! Dude, you're my best friend, and I hope your family as well. Well, Stormfire, I apologise for being your best friend. I think that's a terrible life you lead when I'm your best friend. But I do think you're a good chap, and I do appreciate your support and your chats and you messaging me and chatting to me. So thank you very much. Stormfire, you're a good lad. I'm hoping to I need to talk to Zin about doing some XenoThreat stuff and getting the community a bit more involved with each other. But thank you very much, sir. Very much appreciated. Within the hangars, do you think we'll finally be able to spawn ground vehicles to drive them into our ships and carry them? I think that vehicle and ship spawning is extremely close and probably come as part of the cargo refactor. Potentially. Yeah, when we have persistent hangars, probably easier. Spawn your vehicle and then drive it straight into your ship. But hopefully that won't be necessary. Chances we see 4.0 on the roadmap roundup. It is possible that they'll go, look, we are planning for 4.0 in Q3 or Q4, more likely Q4 of this year. That's what I'm hoping we see. Do you think Hull C will be ready for the cargo refactor, or will we see it pushed again? That's a really good question. So, it's supposed to be ready. It could be pushed again. I'm hoping it's not. We know that they want to get those 36 SCU cargo containers working that the raft uses. And then the smallest cargo containers that the Hull C can equip. After watching the new Book of Boba episode, he was able to mask his ship's identity. Do you think Star Citizen will be able to hide our identity? Yeah, so I think there's going to be electronic warfare and sort of ways of doing that a bit. I mean, at least in lore. In the Squadron 42 vertical slice we're looking at, they masked their ship's identities. You fight earlier on. So, what are you streaming behind you? The Squadron 42 vertical slice. Can you talk sometime about politics in the Star Citizen universe? Yeah, we can certainly talk about that at some point. I can do some videos on that. I'll talk to Zin about it. Obviously, I was a Lolani Addison voter, and I thought, you know what? If you want AI and Skynet in game eventually, and Terminators, you've got to vote for Lolani Addison. Stormfire, thank you very much for gifting a load of people some subs. Bulletproof Monk, Jonathan Nick. I cannot say your name. Bad Frocks, Pompano, and the Summer Yeti. You've all been gifted a sub. Thank you very much, Stormfire. Oh, you star. Thank you, sir. Hope you are doing well. What's your most anticipated feature, confirmed or not? Base building's pretty high up on there. Salvage, I'm interested in salvage. I mean, the core ones, server meshing, physicalized components, things like that are pretty important. Would it be fair to compare No Man's Sky with Star Citizen by saying billions of locations with zero content versus tons of content with zero locations? I'd say that. So No Man's Sky is actually pretty good as a game now, and does what it sets to do pretty well. So it's good exploration, it's a good bit of fun, it's got multiplayer in it now. You're flying around, you're having a look. There's a reasonable amount of content. Or there's infinite content technically, or a huge amount of content, but it's a bit more shallow compared to the sort of content I want from Star Citizen, which is much more combat orientated, much more empire building orientated, that sort of stuff, and with NPCs and stuff that really make a difference. So No Man's Sky is very shallow, but it is very wide. And if you want to explore, No Man's Sky is a game to do that. And you can sort of like go, ooh, people may have never seen this before. So it's fine to compare them. To compare anything. Can I compare Star Citizen with this lemon? I haven't got a lemon. This is an invisible lemon. How can I find a friend for Star Citizen? Go join an org. Look at the Star Citizen orgs. There'll be an org for you that does the sort of gameplay that you want to do. Go and join them. Any word on the Orion yet? It's massive. We don't know when it's going to be in game. I do not believe it is in active development. Feel free to delete if not acceptable. How is your mental health doing? And you seem to be doing a lot better. So, obviously, my father died last year, which was not great. It was pretty bad. And my mum is still incredibly devastated by it. But the rest of the family is plodding on, and I sort of came to terms with his death well before it happened. I'm very anxious and bipolar, and they sort of... Anxiety tires me out, and being bipolar sort of confuses me and makes me act erratically. So working and focusing on certain things and jobs or whatever sort of all helps, and sort of coming to like a schedule and in form of rhythm really helps. So the busier I am, the happier I am. And it's just recently sort of Christmas was very stressful and difficult. But I think I've just... Yeah, time is a great healer, and sort of I cope a lot better. I know that if I'm feeling sad or depressed or worried, that the next day I'm likely not to, or much less so, or at some point I'm going to feel better. So that sort of helps me a load as well. Yeah, but yeah, I think I'm doing pretty well. Like I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty engaged. I've been a bit lazy on the channel recently, but that's partly because there's been less Star Citizen sort of news coming out from CIG. But also I'm sort of preparing for February. I mean, it might be a good idea in the future that January's I take large portions of January off because it's less content's coming out and it's probably a good time to recharge. But thank you very much for asking the question. In case this is all good, feel free to ask those sort of questions. I appreciate all the kind words in chat. Thank you so much. We need to play Icarus together at some point. Yeah, so I played a little bit of Icarus and then we stopped playing because there was I had some bugs or some problems or something. So I will check out Icarus again at some point. So that's probably something we can do. Actually, I'll look at Icarus again soon. With another AAA game, Battlefield 2042 being another disaster, do you think Cloud Imperium can avoid mess? So there's obviously problems with Battlefield, and there's bugs and stuff, and they need to solve them, whatever. However, when I played Battlefield 2042, and it did have the bugs in it probably then, I had 2 weeks while I was playing it of great fun with it. It was a great, dumb fun. Had that with Evolve. Played Evolve like for a month, and it was great, dumb fun. I think I compare a lot of games to Left 4 Dead 2, and Left 4 Dead 2 is a superb game. On the roadmap, they have some unannounced ships there. Do you think it's either something that we've seen or something that they've never shown us before? So it's going to be things like the mobile refinery ship, yeah, and the Consolidated Outlands hover quad, and there's going to be some new things as well. I just joined in. What's this we're watching? This is the Squadron 42 Vertical Slice from a little while ago, from a few years ago now. And do you think NPC interaction is a major thing they are pushing towards? Yes. And you can see that from the monthly report this time around. The huge amount of stuff with NPC interaction. But yeah, obviously they've got the taxi missions they want to put in, and they want the AI and NPCs to crew, and they want the ships to act appropriately. Where is my Polaris? I think the Polaris is about to go in active production. It's like ready to. Any word on the patch dropping today? I'm expecting 3.16.1 to drop today or tomorrow. Some people are saying it's also going to be delayed to next week, but the monthly, what's happening this month in Star Citizen suggested it was going to be still today or tomorrow. 4 to 5 years to Star Citizen's completion. To a Star Citizen version 1 release, I think that is quite likely, but not to its completion. There's so much more they want to do after that. And I don't think they're going to have all the star systems there yet, either. So here's something I've been playing a lot of recently as well. Me and Zin have been playing when we sort of finished for the day at work. Monster Hunter Rise. That's a good laugh. I'm not saying it's like going to win any sort of super game awards. It's a good laugh. It's silly, monstery fun. I'm sorry that you've been sick, Stormfire, mate. I hope you feel better. They just announced a XenoThreat for this weekend. No, so XenoThreat's been delayed to next weekend now. Thank you for everything you do, BoredGamer. I really enjoyed your videos on YouTube. I'm really excited for when the Benham Merchantman comes, and I'm ready for XenoThreat. I wasn't able to do it last time. Yeah, so hopefully XenoThreat next week should be a good laugh. Hopefully it will be the most complete and funnest XenoThreat experience we've had. So we'll be playing in a lot and getting some videos out on it. I'm hoping that we see the Benham Merchantman by the end of the year, but that is a hope and a dream. Any idea when they'll be updating the roadmap? It is next week. So next Wednesday. What video are we watching? The Squadron 42 Vertical Slice. Yeah, so when I talk about mental health, when I talk about sort of bipolar and anxiety and stuff, it is referring to what works for me. That's not necessarily going to work for everyone, but there are solutions for a lot of people that you may not have thought of, and you can learn to live with it, and you will get better, you will get happier, you will get you will get you need. Sometimes you need to talk to more people about it. I've been medicated previously for it, and when I've been super depressed, I've needed antidepressants, but I chose to come off them as quickly as possible because I just wanted them as a crutch to sort of get my head back in gear, and then the rest of it's sort of dealt with by me. But I say by me, I've got a nice support network from people, and I like to be able to talk about issues that I have. I can go online, and I can chat about it. I just go, ha! Now you have to listen to me. So I find that helps a lot, and I'm not embarrassed to talk about it. It's something people have to deal with. I think a lot of people are magnitudes worse or suffer significantly worse than I do So I'm very glad that I have a much more mild version of that sort of. I think it's cool to talk about it. I think you should talk about it. Go to your doctor if you need it. Talk to your friends about it. Talk to your parents about it if you need to. People are there for you. More than you probably realise. What's your daily driver in the verse and why? I just want to see it more complete and see what's new and have a little explore and stuff. When the game's more complete, it will be base building, economy stuff, industrial stuff, salvage, mining, making the monies. Maybe when Bacchus and the other bounty systems are done, they add some more bounty ships. Yeah, maybe. I think that they do need to flesh out more of the alien ships. My mental health is going down because I bought a JPEG for $1,000. Oh. You get a refund. You should talk about it. Sometimes it's talking about it sometimes talking about it is the best healer. Oh yeah, I totally agree. I just think I just like talking about stuff like that. I mean, I my brain sort of bleeds my thoughts, so I just chat about it. Thanks, Stars. Listen, what job or mission do you enjoy the most? So XenoThreat's typically what I enjoy. I've previously enjoyed the most. That said, some other just random sandboxy things, like the Destruction Derby I did with the Spanish community, that was a genuinely great laugh. What do you think could make it even better? Proper defend missions for bunker missions. So, for example, we've got bunker missions now where you've got to take out all the NPCs there. What if I had to then defend it from ships and NPCs coming on the ground? Yeah? In waves and things like that. That would be great. I'd love that sort of stuff. Give me reasons to use ground vehicles. Give me reasons to defend ground structures. And give me things to attack it. Try lifting the gym. I do a lot of running. And I do a bit of... I've got some load of resistancy stuff. Does 3.16 have a confirmed date? No. Between now and next weekend. Oh, what's your daily driver, as in what's your favourite ship in the verse? So I love the Mercury Star Runner the most. I think it's probably my favourite ship in game. But the ship I use the most is probably the Cutlass Red or the Cutlass Blue. Ever tried meditation? I've tried breathing techniques. I like to go for walks and listen to podcasts. That's what I do in my spare time. That chills me out a lot. Does anyone know if the Idris mission works? The Jumptown one, not the Jumptown one, the Ninetales Lockdown one worked. I have not tried Miles Eckhart's Idris mission in 3.16.1. Do you think the Redeemer was an overly powerful ship in game? So when it originally came out, yes. Yes, I say originally. When it came out, playable properly, yes. They've tweaked it and made it worse in a way that I don't like. So I was fine with it probably being reasonably powerful. I don't like the tweaks they've made to it now. Do you think the Reclaimer will ever come back to the shop for sale? Yes, of course it will. It'll be on sale multiple times this year. I've been pretty lazy also. BoredGamer releases a video every... Yeah, but... Okay, so I could easily do 2 videos a day. Me and Zin have been playing a lot of games. And I think I could get a lot higher quality of content as well. So I feel lazy for me. What podcasts do you listen to? So, okay. I listen to a range of stuff. Largely in political space, ranging from the left to the right, and all of it, because I'm interested in how different people view different things, and sort of more truth than ideology. However, I don't really sit anywhere on the political spectrum in a way that I was willing to discuss anyway. So I don't really want to discuss what podcasts I listen to. Just because I feel it's sometimes polarizing. What is your favorite audiobook if you listen to them? What did I listen to that I really enjoyed? I used to listen to a load of the Terry Pratchett stuff on audiobooks. That's the only thing I can remember that I really enjoyed audiobook-wise. Are there plans for a narrative thread through the persistent universe, or is it all the narrative focused on Squadron 42? No, there's narrative going on in Star Citizen universe as well. For sure. So this has been asked, when is 3.16 going to the live build? It will be between today and next Friday. That is when it will come out. I have 2 banner merchants. Do you think do you think economically that makes sense to have 2? If you've got other people that can fly them for you or with you, potentially. I think a lot of people have got far too many ships. But I've got a load of banner merchants as well. But that's because I'll probably be upgrading them to other ships. Once personal hangars are in, have there been any talk of shipping purchases to that hangar? Yes. So, I know that they want to do it so that you can buy stuff to be sent to your hangar. Or sent to your hab. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. But yes, that has been talked about. And I believe that will be a thing. Don't you think the Mercury Star will benefit from making that weird under-desk rat run a more direct path? Not necessarily. I know what you mean. I kind of like it being a bit twisty-turny. You want some more cargo in there. I see what you mean. What do you think of shields for ground bases that have to be disabled via ground assault? Yes, I really like that. I really like the idea that they have air shields or EMP or some sort of defense that means that ships or ship ordnance is not particularly effective against them. How's it going? It's going all right, Jim Bob. Thanks very much for asking. Do you think we will finally see the first iteration of Quantum this year? Do you think it's going to be... So I think we're going to see more bits of Quantum this year and the Quanta Dynamic Universe Sim. Do you think CIG would take on pro bono voice work for NPCs? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how they hire their actors and actresses and stuff. Probably worth asking Anna. Anna is the voice of Rowena Dooley and the Microtech hologram and something else as well, which I can't remember. She streams Star Citizen occasionally, once a week, and she's good to chat to. Right. What's a good LVC ship to upgrade to from a Cutlass Black for cargo running and mining? Well, Prospector if you want to do mining. For cargo running, any larger cargo ship. I love the Cutlass Black. I think it's super useful and super versatile. I didn't have the game, but I'm super excited for the updates. I think that's fine. I think a lot of people are watching and waiting for Squadron 42 to come out, or for Star Citizen to be a big boy. Or just following along the updates and going, oh, this is cool. Because you can watch people's videos on them and stuff. It's one of the reasons we've got this channel. People that don't want to play, or just want to be updated on the news, or haven't got the time to play all the time, or whatever. I just want to ask questions. What do you think? When do you think we will see more FPS missions, first-person refinement, rough estimate? So you'll see a little bit constantly from each patch. I mean, obviously they do need to update the ground vehicles a bit more, and that's planned, I believe, this year for the physics update for that. FPS stuff will get more and more refined just from patch to patch, and I hope that very soon we'll have a better defense mission of ground structures. I mean, I think that Jumptown was steps towards that. They went, look, we want people to assault these structures while other people hold them. Cool. Now do that with NPCs and make it more mission and more simple and easily accessible. Right. I'm going to dash off because I've got some work and stuff I need to do. I need to go to the post office, post off some eBay packages. I need to get a video out, which Sin has been working on. And we will start to stream again regularly. And in February, I'm hoping that me and Sin will be streaming some XenoThreat and other gameplay. But we'll certainly have a load of videos. And hopefully we'll be able to do some community events. Thank you so much for watching me today. It's very much appreciated. As I said, we'll have a video out pretty soon. In the next hour or so, I think is the plan. And let me see who else is streaming so I can actually pass you on to someone else. See if Anna's streaming. I will pass you over. I'll pass you over to Super Mac Brothers because I love his face. Oof. Right. Give SMB Super Mac Brothers, my boy, some love. /raid. I will get this stream up soon as well because I promised that I would. But yes, thank you very much for watching today. Love you guys loads. Thank you very much for the support. If you want to further support the channel, you can by clicking links, clicking join buttons, donating, all that sort of jazz, becoming Patreons. Love you loads. Give Super Mac Brothers